Okay guys, so it is actually Sunday the 7th of April and it is around 10 p.m. So if you look at the time, it is around 10 p.m. And I'm basically going to talk about the importance of doing a weekly review on your previous trading week. A lot of people will say, oh, well, I journal my trades, I learn from my mistakes, but then you can simply ask them a question: when did you last review your performance? And majority of the time, they won't be able to actually give you an answer because they don't track their performance. They might journal the trades they take, they might learn from their losses, but you could do this, but not actually be improving. So you're learning from your mistakes, but the way you're learning is just saying, okay, I did this wrong in your journal. That's pretty much what most people actually do. And this isn't going to improve your trading. I know that you're recognizing your mistakes, but if you're not actually consistently looking back and seeing, is my performance getting better? Did I perform better this week as I did in relation to the week before? If this is no, then there's clearly something wrong. But the reason I'm making this video is to stress the importance of you need to be doing weekly reviews, monthly reviews, quarterly reviews, yearly reviews. I feel like weekly is very important because 1 week, obviously there's 52 weeks in a year, but every week for the average trader, there's going to be trades. So instead of just journaling every single trade, you're going to do that as well, obviously, but that kind of plays a part in the weekly review. So what you're actually going to want to do is, firstly, if you're using certain trading software, backtesting softwares, journal softwares, actually allow you to see your weekly tilt. And what this weekly tilt is it will tell you, based on your performance, did you follow the rules? Were your entries as they should be? Were your exits as they should be? Was your management as it should be? And let's say this week you're actually down on those factors, your weekly tilt will be minus whatever, dependent on the mistakes you've made, your lack of correct management, your lack of exiting the trade properly, and all this will be taken into consideration with this weekly tilt. So this is one way to actually find out if you are improving week on week. So let's say last week you noticed at the end of your weekly review, oh well, the tilt was actually negative because let's say, for example, you were closing your trades too early, and you noticed this because you obviously have to note down, okay, how was the entry, how was the management, how was the exit. Then obviously you can add custom comments based on the way you usually trade, maybe some issues you've actually been having that you want to keep track of. This is a good thing to actually do it. So last week was negative, for example, and this week you can say, okay, my entries were actually pretty good, my exits were actually pretty good. So your tilt is actually going to be positive based on last week. So there, it's only 2 weeks of data, but you're seeing an improvement. You've noticed a mistake, and because you're doing it weekly rather than just on the day, where like in 5 days of trading, that can fluctuate quite a bit. One day you could have really good management, the next day it could be terrible, the next day it could be really, really good. But obviously people often just focus on the last trade they've actually taken. So that is that. But if you're looking at the whole week and saying, okay, this is how I did on that week, next week we start fresh, see how we do. At the end of that week, compare it to the week before. And then over a month, you then have 4 weeks of data. You can track each week. Did you improve over the 4 weeks? Did you improve, then get worse, then improve again? But that's obviously part of the monthly review, which I guess you can apply the same principles with the weekly review, with the daily review, but it's obviously on a higher time scale, and there's going to be more trades, there's going to be more data to actually analyze. But the main point of actually doing this, and a lot of people will be like, oh, well, if I journal every day, then I'm pretty sure that's good enough anyway. But the main idea of this is to just basically find out if you are performing well. You could be profitable over the week, over the next 5 weeks, but that doesn't mean you're actually following the plan correctly. We're reviewing our performance to see if we are following the plan correctly. We have our plan set for a reason. We have set confluences, we have set entry criteria, we have set management rules for a reason. That reason is that it's worked in our testing, so we're looking to bring it forward into our live trading. And now, if you're not following that, but you're still winning, it can be bad. I've spoken about this previously on the channel. Winning after breaking the rules can be very, very detrimental to future trades. And also, if you lose trades and break the rules, that is a good thing, because then you're going to be more likely to pick up on those mistakes. And by having a weekly review, let's say you schedule it in. So every Sunday at 6 p.m. You have a few hours before the markets open on the Sunday evening, and a lot of people usually just like to relax or chill on a Sunday. So it could be a good time to actually get this review done. Or you might be a person that would rather do it on the Saturday and then have the Sunday with no focus on trading. This can also be okay. Another thing which I'd actually add to the weekly review. Let's say, for example, this is perfect for swing traders. It's harder for day traders, but it can still work. And I'd say this is very, very tricky for scalpers to actually do. But at the start of the week, so let's say now, for example, I'd go in my journal and I would say, this is what I'm looking for on GBP USD. I'm looking to trade from this level. I'm expecting this. And then if you've actually written that down, it can then be quite easy to look at the end of the week. Okay, this is what I wrote down, what I was expecting for the next week. Was that correct? Did I correctly predict what was going to happen with that particular pair? How did it actually react to the levels I was looking at trading? Did I actually get entries off of these levels? Because anyone can say, okay, price is going to buy, price is going to go bullish, but it's obviously a 50-50. But how many people can actually say, okay, I think price is going to go bullish and this is how I'm actually going to get into the trade? Very low percentage of people can actually do that. So by writing it down, looking on the week coming up, on the Sunday or the Saturday, it can be quite easy, because then if you open your journal, open your trading plan to actually trade the next week, you're then going to see that and be like, okay, I was actually looking at this level, I have this level marked. And it's more likely for you to trade off the levels which you've actually seen. And obviously you've done the analysis when the markets aren't open. So there's no moving candles, there's no seeing anyone else's analysis to distract you. This is all analysis using your full focus by yourself to actually get ideas for your trades, to actually analyze the markets how you would normally do, maybe replicating your back testing when there's no live markets moving. So that could be also quite a good thing to do. This is something I advise people to do every day anyway. If you're looking at the charts in the morning, start the session, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This level, this take profit or stop loss. That can be quite a good thing to do. Then you can look back and see if your start of session predictions actually played out and how did you actually profit from these predictions. So make sure you do your weekly reviews, your monthly reviews, quarterly and yearly, to make sure you are performing how you actually expect you should be performing. And hopefully make some more profit.